Hi, I'm Natalie and today I filmed this simple everyday makeup look for fall. I hope you guys have fun with this look and you can be creative. You can of course change up the lip however you want. I just think this is a beautiful color for fall. It's very neutral in tone and I do think it would look good on everybody. But if you would like to change it up for a bold dark lip or a light nude lip or even just some chapstick, that works out too. This eye look is very neutral. It will go with everything. And I overall love this look. It's my everyday go-to look for fall and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for me to do this look off camera. So it's very quick, very easy. Anyone can do this look. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I never claimed to be a professional makeup artist, but I do think I know a thing or two about makeup. Maybe not as much as some people, but maybe a thing or two. So I hope you enjoy this look. I hope you learned something from this, and let's get right into the video. Hello! Starting off today, of course, with primer. I'm using the Becca Ever-Matte Poreless Perfecting Primer. So I'm just pressing that in after rubbing a little bit between my fingers. I'm doing it in the areas where I get oily, which is on my cheeks, my chin, and the center of my forehead. Next, I'm going in with foundation, and I'm going to use my MAC Face and Body Foundation. This is in the color N5. So just shake this up. It's a water-based foundation. It's sheer coverage. It's great for every day. I take a couple drops of it on the back of my hand, and I apply this with a brush. I think this always applies better with a brush because since it's sheer coverage, you want to be able to get the most out of it. So I'm using a Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. I dip right into the product on the back of my hand, and I start applying in downward strokes, and then pressing it into the skin. What this foundation really does for you is it just gives you a nice glowing base for everything to stick onto, especially powders and such. Definitely stick better onto the skin when your skin has something on it. If not, at least primer, then a foundation is always great too. Next, I'm going to go in and conceal, first using the Benefit Erase Paste in the color Medium. Medium's a little bit too light for me, but the dark is a little bit too dark for me, so we're rolling with it. This is a cream concealer. And it's definitely much better for general areas of the face that you want to cover up. I don't use this underneath my eyes because something this thick will definitely start to cake up and crease. So underneath my eyes, I will use something different. Underneath my eyes, I use the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the color Medium Neutral. This is 2 or 3 shades lighter than my skin. And I put that in the inner corner of my eye, is a really important one because I tend to get very dark there, as most people do. And in a couple stripes underneath my eye and on my lid. And I do the exact same thing, of course, on the other eye. For the ones that aren't underneath my eye, I use a Sigma F75 concealer brush. No, I'm a liar. I'm going to use my finger. Sometimes your finger is just better, especially with thick, creamy products, because your finger is able to warm up the product and it just makes it easier to blend. And underneath my eyes, it almost rolled away from me. I'm using my Beauty Blender. This is the Beauty Blender Pro. It's black. I like the black one because if you have the white or the pink one, it tends to get stained a lot as it soaks up the product, because that's what the Beauty Blender is for. It soaks up excess product. So I blend this in tapping motions. I'm never swiping or pulling away the product. My biggest tip for concealer is the last couple times you blend, you should be tapping inwards from your outer corner to your inner corner of your eye, obviously. Because if you tap outwards more, the concealer will crease more generally throughout the day, especially if you have oily skin like I do. I'm going to be doing my brows off camera, but just because brows are a very personal endeavor, and I think everyone should just do their brows how you know what looks best on you, and that can be done just by experimenting. Sit around at night before you take your makeup off, play around with what you got, eyeshadows, brow powders. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in the color Chocolate. I use chocolate because I like that really warm tone brow. I think it looks much more natural on me. And I'm going to be going in with a little bit of the Anastasia Brow Powder, and this is in the color Brunette, just to give it some depth. Okay, brows are done and looking very intense right now, but I promise once you're done with the rest of your makeup, you will not look this crazy. Next, before I do any sort of powdering, I'm going to go in with cream blush because creams and liquids always have to come before powders. Never put on a cream after you've already powdered, excuse me. It's not going to end well. I promise it will not. So for cream blush, I am using the Becca Beach Tint Shimmer Souffle in the color Lychee Opal. And it's got like strands of shimmer going through it, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful product. And I'm applying this with a Morphe G8 brush. The only con about these Morphe brushes, I feel, at least for this one, is they take forever to dry after you wash them. And they like cling on to soap so much. I don't know. They're just very hard to wash for me. So, but other than that, I think they're very lovely brushes. They're very soft. I would still absolutely recommend them. They're such a good price. Such a good price. So, just applying that by patting and kind of massaging it into my skin. Next, I'm applying bronzer, and I'm going to be using the MAC bronzing powder in matte bronze because it's matte and has no shimmer in it. And shimmery bronzers, I have mixed feelings about. So I'm going to be bronzing, not contouring, using a Sedona Lace 813 brush. It's just a dual fiber brush. It's great. It really blends out this powder. So I just swirl it in the pan, tap off the excess, and go right onto my cheeks, under my jaw, starting right at the back and coming underneath, and right on the sides of the forehead, and tapering up when I come to the center, starting pretty low here and pulling up. Moving on to eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion to put that on both my eyes, because why would you prime only one eye? And I sweep that on with the applicator and then just pat it in using my finger. Next, I'm going in with the Sedona Lace 863 brush, which is just a fluffy blending brush. And right on that brush, I'm going to take Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream, which is just this nice transition shade. So I sweep this all around the eye, kind of windshield wiper motions, going back and forth, and also in little circles. And I put it right into the crease of my eye, blend it down onto the lid a little bit, and then bring it up, just to make sure it is seamless. Next is another Makeup Geek shadow. This is the color Frappe, and it's just a nice mid-tone brown, not too warm, not at all cool. It's neutral to warm. And I sweep that with the same big fluffy brush as before. Okay, don't focus, that's fine. And I go right into that crease and do the exact same motions. And I just build up that color little by little. You don't want to go in with a load on your brush and then, you know, try and blend it all out, because it's much easier to add color than it is to take it away. So I recommend starting light and building up from there. Next, I'm going in with this Morphe shadow in the color Marbleized. It's this beautiful, majestic, shimmery color. And I'm applying it with the Sedona Lace 305 brush, which is just a regular shader brush, and just pressing it onto the lid, just like that. You don't want to swipe this color because it is quite shimmery and it will kind of fall down all over your cheeks. So I'm just patting it inner corner to outer corner, all over the lid, not going past where my eye kind of goes back into my head. That's your crease. You don't want to go up in there. You want to keep this right down here. And those eyeshadows, the Morphe eyeshadows, they're $2 a piece. I paid $2 for that eyeshadow. I absolutely love it, and I would definitely recommend the Morphe eyeshadows if you're just starting out and you're looking to build a collection. So I really love Morphe eyeshadows. Next, with a MAC 217 brush, which is just this nice, slightly denser, fluffy brush. It's a blender brush, but it's not as big as the Sedona Lace one. And the color Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. I just dip that brush into that color. Don't dip the color into the brush, that doesn't make sense. And I start going really focused into the crease, starting on the outer corner and coming into the inner corner. And I start with this brush, using the thinner side inwards, kind of using it with the label facing me like this. And as I continue to blend, once the product is off my brush and I'm really just blending it away, I will turn this brush and the bristles will spread out more and help diffuse that upwards. For the last step on my lid, I just take the same original brush that I went in with, my biggest blending brush, and I just go and I work around my edges and I make sure that everything is nice and smooth. This next step is absolutely optional, but I can never live without doing something like this. I love putting shadow on my lower lash line. I think it's super flattering. It really opens up the eye, in my opinion. So I'm taking that same Cocoa Bear that I used before, that darkest brown, and an angled brush. This is a 217 by It Cosmetics. And I'm just putting that right up against my lashes, just right here. And just smudging that in all across my lower lash line. And I will go in and blend this out, of course. I do take it in pretty far towards the inner corner because I like a more dramatic look. But if you're starting off and maybe you're not very used to wearing a lot of eyeshadow, or maybe you're not comfortable with having it be very smoky down there, you can stop just along the outer corner or wherever you think is best for you. Putting it more towards the outer corner will make a less dramatic look. Next, taking a pencil brush. This one again is from Sedona Lace, but every single brand has one of these brushes, and that second crease color, which was Frappe by Makeup Geek, that mid-tone brown, I'm taking that and I'm blending right on my lashes. I'm sorry, my mirror is like really far away from me right now, but we're doing our best here. And I just blend back and forth. And do not give up on your blending. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. I'm going to use the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Volume Express. It's a drugstore mascara. It's a great mascara in my opinion. I think it really volumizes your lashes, keeps them nice and separated. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and I will be right back. So after my eyes are done, I go in and I go over my cream blush with a powder blush, and for that I'm using a Sedona Lace 850 brush, which is just an angled, nice fluffy brush, and Becca Wild Honey. This is such a beautiful blush, you guys. It's so peachy, just got like this nice sheen to it. I put on a lot of it, okay? I'm not gonna say that I lightly dust this on. No, I load it on. I like bathe in this blush. So we're just gonna pretend that I have a nice light touch. But I don't. I'm a liar. Next, I'm gonna be the most typical girl that does makeup on YouTube, and I'm going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I throw this right on the tops of my cheekbones. And I blend it up and kind of turn my brush into the brow bone. Oh, this is an e.l.f. fan brush. Super, super cheap. This brush was probably like $1 or $2. I put it right above the brow for that super hyper glow. On the other side, of course. On the tip of the nose, and right in that little dent of the nose where your nose kind of sinks back into your skull, I go there and there. And going here and here kind of makes it look like this part of your nose is sinking back a little bit. So it seems like your nose is a little bit more turned up and cute. And then I go on my Cupid's bow. For fall, I know that not everybody is rocking the dark lip every single day, even though I definitely am on that train. So I like to go for something more brown. I think that is very nice for fall too. So I'm going in with Gerard Cosmetics in 1995 lipstick. It's the color that Jaclyn Hill created with them. One of the colors that Jaclyn Hill created with them. It's so beautiful. You know what's up. Then to lighten this up and go in and make it a little bit glossy, because that is a very matte lipstick, I'm going in with the Smashbox lip gloss. I'm a liar. Going in with the Smashbox lip gloss, lip enhancing gloss in the color Illume, which is just a nice neutral nude color. Oh, that's really pretty. And last but most certainly not least, I'm going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, which does exactly what it says it does. Makes your makeup last all night. Lovely product. Would totally recommend. It smells... This smells really good too. It smells fantastic. That is all for this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. And I will see you on Saturday. Sounds good. Bye.